All right, guys, it looks like it's just going to be us for today. So we're going to go ahead and start. All right, so today we're going to continue with reading. Same thing as last time. I'm going to give you guys a text. I'm going to give you guys 7 minutes to read it, and then we're going to do the questions together. Okay? All right. Ever, can you please read the title of the text and tell us what you think it's about?
Sure. Sister Rosetta Trey.
Mm-hmm. What idea does this give you? What do you think the text is going to be about?
A song?
More or less. Have you, any of you ever heard of her? ¿Han escuchado de ella?
Maybe.
She's a singer. So we're going to learn about her life. I actually have a picture of her on my wall. She's one of my favorite artists. So I love Sister Rosetta Tharpe. So eso. I'm going to give you guys a link.
Is she the gospel singer?
Yes, she is. Exactly.
Oh, I got it.
You know her then, La ubicas.
Sí.
Yeah, she's amazing. We're gonna read about it, but you know how many of the songs, the rock and roll songs we know now, like Elvis Presley and everything, started with her. Like she is the mother of rock and roll. So
She rock.
all right, so I'm sending you guys the link to the documents, so you can go ahead and read it. Y les pongo su cronómetro. Dale. All right, guys, you have 7 minutes to read. Go ahead. Hi Hussein, for you que acabas de entrar, we're doing the same thing as last time. Puedes encontrar el link del texto en el chat.
I think can you
O si quieres lo vuelvo a mandar. Lo vuelvo a mandar por si acaso. I'm gonna send it again. There you go. All right, guys. I assume you're finished reading. Is there anyone who's still not finished? Everyone done? All right. Are there any questions? Is there anything that wasn't clear from vocabulary maybe or some information? All right. If there are no questions, we're going to go ahead and see the questions. Okay, so inferring, according to paragraph 1, what can be said of musicians such as Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and Buddy Holliday? Melanie, can you please read the options and tell us which one you think it is?
Okay, the first one say all were involved in the inception of a new genre. That's the what to say. Genre of music. The second one say they worked together. Common goal. Their fame was shorter lived than other artists, and they each contribute to Abel's fame.
Okay, and of these, which one do you think we can interpret from paragraph 1?
What can we say? Like,
claro, ¿qué podemos interpretar from?
Yeah. Number 4.
Number 4, they each contributed to Elvis's fame.
Oh. The second one.
They worked together toward a common goal. Okay, let's go eliminándolos from the bottom up. They each contributed to Elvis's fame. While we do start mentioning Elvis, I don't really think, and throughout the paragraph, throughout the whole text, Elvis isn't para nada lo más importante. Así que Elvis isn't really that relevant in this text. So I don't think we're talking about how they contributed to his fame. So I wouldn't go with this one. Vamos a eliminar el último. Next one. The third one, their fame was shorter lived than other artists. Actually, no. Bueno, they don't mention it at any point. They don't imply how long they were famous, how long they were active as musicians. So I think this is incorrect entirely. And if you, I think Chuck Berry was alive up until 2019. I think he died recently. But up until the moment of his death, he was still Chuck Berry, very, very famously, worldly known Chuck Berry. So nada que ver esta tampoco. And next, they worked together towards a common goal. What do you think, guys? Fabricio, do you think this one is correct? Could it be interpreted from the text?
I think it's kind of true, but I think the most accurate option would be the first one.
They did.
So
together, but
yeah,
yes.
because they didn't work together, but they worked like for the same. Like it says, right? The inception of a new genre of music.
Yeah, exactly. And this word, guys, genre is como género, pero it's different. Like when we're talking about categories, género de música, género de cine, género de ta 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 ta, it's genre. When it's like género de hombre mujer, it's gender. So esa pequeña diferencia. Genre and gender. Pero eso, I agree that it's the first one. And yes, that's correct. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Melanie and Fabricia. Next one. Okay, according to paragraph 1, Tharp's style of guitar playing was notable because. Ever, can you read the options, please, and tell us which one you think it is?
Sure. Elvis studied. It was a predecessor of rock and roll. It took influence from Elvis music. She was the first guitarist to use a pick. Let me see.
What do you think?
Believe. Hmm.
Let's go eliminando. Oh, bueno, ¿cuál crees que es? Si ya tienes una idea. ¿O quieres ir eliminando todos juntos?
Eliminating.
Let's go eliminating. Okay. First one, Elvis studied it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he did. It never says he studied it. It says he may have taken influence, but he didn't study it. No, no implica, no dice nada, ninguna relación entre Elvis and Sister Rosetta. It was a predecessor of rock and roll. Why is it notable? Cuando hablamos de la guitarra, está acá. Which featured the blending of musical genres and virtuosic guitar picking, influenced many of the better known early rock and roll musicians.
Also, while she came before rock and roll.
She came before. So this one seems to have all the correct information. It's mentioned here, early rock and roll, that she influenced them. So ella ha sido el origen de todo. So this one seems to be the more true one. So if we're talking about her guitar picking, it references that. The next one, it took influence from Elvis's music. Also, no, because other way around. Al revés.
Yep.
And she was the first guitarist to use a pick.
It doesn't mention it.
It doesn't mention it, and it's very unlikely. You know, everyone has been using alguito to play.
It's like a goofy option.
Yeah. Ay, perdón, me he rayado. But yes, it was the second one. It's a predecessor of rock and roll. So yes. All right, the ones where we have to kind of find a synonym or the meaning in context. Fabricio, could you please read the question, options, and tell us which one you think it is?
Okay. The word entity in paragraph 2 is closest in meaning to desire, force, emotion, and being. I think it's, without thinking too much, a being.
Being?
I think because, yeah, or maybe force.
It's a little complicated because they can all fit. You know, we're all kind of referring to the same thing.
Yeah.
But we kind of have to put it in context, right? Church,
It would be
everything.
more towards.
I think it's emotion.
Rather than a literal being, yo tampoco creo que like they see an entity as, no, literalmente Dios entrando tu cuerpo and being like, woo, baila. So I want to go with being. I'm more between maybe these three: force, emotion.
I agree with emotion.
Yeah. I think it's force.
I think it's emotion.
Go with emotion. We have 2 votes for emotion, so let's go. But yo también estoy entre estos dos.
Okay.
An emotion.
No,
Being. It's literally being. They literally.
Yeah, I think that is because religiously talking, like the Holy Spirit is like a being.
A being.
That's why I said that without thinking too much, it would be being. And when you think a lot, you get like super confused.
Sometimes it's best to follow your gut instinct. Because I also thought being, but literally a being. Okay, bueno, churches. Yeah. All right, next one. That's why I think the reading part is the most difficult one, because there's a lot that's very open to interpretation. All right, next one, same thing. Melanie, can you please read the question, options, and you tell us which one you think it is?
Events, structures, churches, and trips. I think it's trip. No, let me see. Let me read again. Large affairs and complex entertainment worship. affairs. I think could be between trips and events.
Okay, because it's something that the church organized, right? So it could be maybe they organized trips, maybe they organized events. Let's look more into it. They also traveled around the country performing at Pentecostal tent revivals. Large affairs. Okay, so it is mentioned that they're como que viajes, they go someplace. But the thing itself, where they all meet together, everything that's happening, would you describe it more as a trip or as an event?
Events?
I would go with events. And yes, it's the right one. So good. Thank you, Melanie. All right. Same thing, asking for interpretation of a word, a specific word. Ever, can you please read the question options and tell us which one you think it is?
Sure. In paragraph 3, what does the phrase "that base" refer to? Cotton plant Arkansas, the blues, gospel, or a local church?
All right, and which one do you think it is?
They also around from me. The gospel.
Okay, gospel referring to like the genre of music, right?
Right.
Okay. Como que her base in music, sería como que se está basando su base musical. But in this case, from that base, they also traveled around the country performing at Pentecostal tent revivals. So maybe base isn't exactly referring to her music in this case.
Maybe, because it also says that although gospel continues to exert a greater musical influence on her. So that base,
But they're kind of two separate ideas here. In this first sentence, we are talking about her music, her influences, gospel, blues, da, da, da. But in this sentence, we're talking about where she performed, an actual place, church.
Maybe.
What do you think? Melanie, Fabricio, do you guys agree, disagree?
I think it should be like it's referring, to the place. So it should be like a local church.
All right. Melanie, what do you think?
Give me a sec. That base. I think he's talking about. I think I say like from that base. He's talking. He's talking about something that already happened. Oh, she already know, right? Like from that base.
Her origins, her roots.
I think the blues.
Okay, also referring to her music. Okay, so we know we're talking about her roots, but we're not sure if her musical roots or her actual physical roots. Vote for an option, guys.
I vote a local church.
Okay, we're gonna go for a local church. And yes, it's the right one. Because, like I said, here we are talking about her music, her influences, but here and in the rest of the paragraph, we're talking about her physical, donde se presentaba, donde actuaba. And yes, interpretation. Once more, what can be understood about Tommy Thorpe, her ex-husband? Oh, bueno. Fabricio, read the option, please, and tell us what you think it is.
Okay. Well, option 1, he and Rosetta got a divorce. Then he traveled to New York with Rosetta. he stopped traveling after marrying, and he played music similar to Rosetta's.
Which one do you think it is?
Okay, yeah, like they got a
one.
divorce.
Yeah, I accidentally said it at the beginning, but yeah, it's there. Short marriage.
But yeah, the first sentence is everything. After a short marriage, and yeah, it's
Claro, it was, if it's a short
a
marriage,
short
pues,
marriage.
it ended.
Yeah.
So yeah, she got a divorce. And yes, it's that. That one was very easy. That was right there. All right, good. Thank you, Fabricio. Next one. Melanie, can you please read the sentence, the options, y nos dices cuál crees que es?
The word secular, like secular,
Mhm.
in paragraph 4 is closest meaning to gospel, popular, non-religions, original. I mean, their monuments were given secular, so not religious.
Okay. Guys, do you agree? David, Fabricio, do you still think it's non-religious or something different?
Oh, well, I'm not very sure with this word, but I
Mhm.
think it would be like non-religious also.
Okay. Yes, I agree, because if you're not sure of a word sometimes, what you can do is look at the context. So right after this, we say the management would give her secular songs to sing when she's at a nightclub, además. Así que, and when she sang Christian songs, implying that these are not Christian songs. Hay una distinción. So I would also go for non-religious. And yes, that's correct. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Melanie and Fabricio. Okay, identifying information. Ever, can you please read the question and options?
Sure. According to paragraph A7, that was the high point of Sharpie's career. She sang at a baseball game. She influenced US culture. She created a new genre of music. She sang a series of concerts in Europe.
Which one do you think it is?
I believe that is the last one. She sang a series of concerts in Europe.
Okay. Okay, let's look at the estos puro hechos, ¿no? Hechos puntuales, eventos que han pasado. Tharp was ever able to sell.
No, I want to change.
Okay, which one?
The second one. She influenced US culture.
I think you were closer on the first option. High point in her career refers to an event. Otra cosa sería her relevance, maybe, or her impact, why she's important to culture, which in any case would be one of these. No, she influenced culture, she created a new genre. But a high point is no un punto alto, en este caso cronológico, un evento que ha pasado en su carrera que se como que, wow, esto es la cúspide de Sister Rosetta Tharpe, which I think would be one of these events they mention. We have, she was able to sell 25,000 tickets, filling the baseball stadium. And then we have allowing her to record music, sing on the radio, culminating in a televised tour through Europe. So I think it would be more one of these. What do you guys think? Entre estos dos.
The last one.
That she, yeah, what you said. She sang a series of concerts.
I got confused.
Es el high point. And yes, that was a correct one. You were right from the beginning. Thank you, Evid. Dale. Okay, this is the ones where we have to put the sentence in the place where it best fits. So same strategy. Fabricio, can you please read the sentence?
Okay. Look at the four squares that indicate where the following sentence can be added to the passage. The songs were often a way of them to express the hardship of their lives. Where would the sentence best fit? A, B, C, or D?
So first we have to look at the sentence. We're talking about them, so it has to reference someone in the previous sentence. So eso hay que buscar alguien que haga referencia a alguien. Eso, with that in mind, where would you place this sentence?
Okay, I'm looking at the possible answer.
C1.
C? All right, here the previous sentence, the sentence before el punto C, is talking about how she changed the meaning of the music from something religious to something more open. So, them, ¿a quién estaría referenciando en esta oración? Who could express the hardship of their lives? I don't think in this sentence estamos hablando de alguien que puede expresar hardships. So I don't know if this would be the right place. Fabricio, what do you think?
It could be in that D or B. Okay, so I think it should be D, because they are talking about the fans, but the church fans that eventually forgave her because she changed the lyrics. And like, music is all about expressing feelings and everything. No, I think it will be D because it's related to that people that can now express their feelings, and there is no longer all about religion.
Okay. But also here in before El Punto B, we're talking about the song was based on old spiritual type of religious song that had been sung by African-American slaves. So here's someone we can reference. And here's someone who I think has gone through plenty of hardships. So, bueno, historia musical. All this music comes from this. No, African-American slaves used to sing while they worked to keep the rhythm. Y no cantaban en ese ritmo y así mantenían, evitaban el cansancio, I guess. And they expressed also their hardships. So de ahí sale toda esa música, todo el rock and roll sale de African-American slaves. Pero eso, I think it would be more letter B. What do you guys think? Do you agree?
I think it's letter A.
Okay.
Because
all right. Letter A. To start the sentence.
It says the same. A harsh life based African American slaves.
Yes.
I agree with that argument.
All right, but we've saw that since it's referencing someone, tiene que haber información antes. So esto no puede empezar el párrafo porque no nos dice nada de a quién nos estamos refiriendo antes de esto. So
but I have one question. Like the sentence, it goes like before. Like we have to put it before. Like if I say C, I was trying to say actually G, but it goes before and after.
Where the square is. So if you put it in letter B, it would be a type of religious song that had been sung by African-American slaves. The songs were often a way for them to express the hardship of their lives. What do you guys think? ¿Con cuál se quedan? One of these two maybe to start it off, but which one?
I will stick to D.
You're gonna stick to D? Really? This was it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you out on that one because as much as music is very amplio for expression, I really think the emphasis here on hardship very much aligns with la experiencia of African American slaves. Si alguien iba a cantar sobre sus dificultades, it was them.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
I'm gonna
definitely
go-
B or D, but
I believe it's B.
I agree that it's B. And yes, it's letter B. And there are a lot of cool songs. This is my favorite genre of music. I love gospel, but yes. And the last one, which is the one where we have to build a summary of sorts. Okay, ya hemos visto la anterior vez. We have to pick 3 of these sentences to form a summary. So the opening sentence they give us is Sister Rosetta Tharpe helped develop a style of music that later became rock and roll. No, nos introduce bien en general. First sentence, Hussein, can you please read the sentence?
Okay. Sister Rosetta Tharpe helped to develop a style of music later became of rock and roll.
This one down here, la del cuadradito.
Okay. White Tharpe is not as well known as Elvis Presley. She learned a significant amount from him.
Okay, is this a main idea, a supporting detail, or is it incorrect information?
A support idea, I think.
Okay, I think it's straight up incorrect because again, she learned from him. No, al revés. He was influenced by her because he came many years after, no, de Rosetta además. So ella no pudo aprender de él porque no. So this is incorrect information. Por este detallito, she did not learn from him. He was influenced by her. All right, eso. So this one, no, we're gonna cross it out. Next one, Melanie, can you please read the sentence?
Tara kept a form of her husband's last name even after she divorced him.
Okay, is this true? Is this correct?
I think it's correct, but
It's not important. It's not a main idea.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter why her name is her name. So yes, this is really not a main idea. It's not important. Okay, yes, good. Ever, next sentence, please.
The music and showmanship of the particular church Tharpe grew up in were major influence on her style.
Okay, is this true? Is it a main idea, supporting detail?
It's like a supportive detail.
Okay, lo vamos a dejar pendiente. Another way we can recognize if it's a main idea is if it's present in several points throughout the text or it's extended. No, si se extiende, le dedican todo un párrafo o si se menciona en párrafo 1, 2, 3, 4 o 3, 2, it's important. So when we talk about her music, her church, we kind of develop this entire paragraph about cómo era su iglesia, ¿no? O sea, por qué es que esta energía, that her music had, where it comes from. It comes from this experience of her being in church. So it is important, I think, but we're going to leave it pendiente. That's going to stay there. Next one, Fabricio, please, can you read the sentence?
So,
This one. Fabricio.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
I didn't. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
In the middle of
Okay.
her career, she added additional musical influences such as jazz, helping her create a unique musical style. I think that it will be a main idea.
Because we're also talking about her music. Another
Yeah.
thing, guys, this starting sentence is going to help you define kind of what theme all of them should follow. So here we're talking about her music. She developed a style of music that became rock and roll. So we're talking about not just her life, but how she helped create, kind of. So influences, her style. So yeah, I think talking about her style in jazz, sus influencias de jazz, is important. Next one, Ever, can you please read the sentence?
Sure. Therapy waiting in front of 25,000 fans was the high point of her career. It's false. It wasn't a wedding. It
Exactly.
was. Uh-huh.
No era una boda. So
Uh-huh.
this
It
is
was a
incorrect.
concert. Uh-huh.
Exactly. Nada que ver. It's incorrect. And last one, Hussein, can you please read the sentence?
Okay. Later rock and roll musicians were influenced by her music and style.
Is this main idea, supporting detail?
It's very general, but yes, I would say it's the main idea.
Yeah, I agree, because we're also referring to her music and how she came to create rock and roll. So I'm going to go with this one. And because we're also talking about music, like you said, I think it was Evid. I agree that this one is also a main idea.
I have a little question that is not very related to this, but why it like says was the high point of her career? We read that 2 times, and I was wondering if it should be like the highest point of her career, or why put it like that?
It could be como que el punto más alto, but the high point in general, like the concept high point, implica de por sí que es la cúspide, ¿no? El punto más alto. And when we talk about careers en general, ¿no? La cúspide de tu carrera se traduce como the high point of your career.
So it's a way of saying that.
Yeah, it's a way of saying it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right, so we're going to go with those 3. Does anyone disagree? Does anyone think differently? ¿Debería ser algún otro? Nos quedamos con estos 3. Ay, se te ha cortado un poco el audio, Fabricio. I didn't hear you. Can you repeat, please? No.
Yeah, I have. I agree.
All right, perfect. Dale, we're going to go with those 3. And yes, it's those 3. Great, guys. Wonderful. All right, and with that, we finish this reading and see it. And the reading practice of this week. I don't know if you guys have any questions, comments, advice you'd like to ask for.
I have one question.
Dime.
When you make the reading part, like in the TOEFL exam, you can read, like you can just write what do you think are like the main points, or you can read it again.
You can read it again. You have the text there, so you can always look back and reference it.
Okay, so you can write too.
If you want, you can take notes, but creo que pierdes un poco de tiempo cuando tomas apuntes en reading, especially. Y como tienes el texto, no es tan necesario tomar apuntes y demás. So it's best if you just, have the text and, fill in the multiple choice.
Okay.
Eso, anyone else? Any questions, comments?
I missed the last part. I don't know what's happening with my internet.
Sí, se te ha limpiado un poco.
Yeah, horrible. Did we get the answers correctly?
Yes, you did. The 3 of them were correct.
Perfect.
Dale. All right. Ahora sí, any questions, comments? No. Okay, guys, today is going to be my last class with you guys. Starting next week, you're going to have another teacher. So it's my last day with you guys. Y bueno, I just wanted to thank you guys for this experience, for getting to know you guys through your readings, through your opinions, through your speaking. It's always nice to get to know your students. So, eso, guys. I'm going to send you your poll, la encuestita, y ya saben. As always, you can fill in the poll and ya pueden dejar la reunión. So have a nice weekend, guys. Again, thank you for this experience and good luck when you take your TOEFL exam. When you finally take it, I know you're gonna do great. So eso.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
You soon.
We will miss you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
but
it was
actually,
really.
more your class. That's so sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't be sad, Melanie. You're gonna continue learning and you're gonna have fun in your other classes too.
You're so
Oh.
funny. It's not the same.
Oh, thanks, guys.
It's very didactic.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Oh,
think of
thank you.
that too.
Have a great life. I mean, day, night.
Thank you. Bueno, sí. Have a great, like, you too, guys. Mucha suerte en todo, mucho éxito en todo.
Gracias. Bye.
Yes.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
nice
Take
weekend.
care.
It was really nice to meet you.
Thank you, guys. You too.
Bye, Dre.
Bye.
Hugs. Bye.